Back to our top story. House Democrats unveiling 2 articles of impeachment against President Trump for abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. The White House calls the charges false and says the president expects to be fully exonerated in the Senate. Let's bring in Republican Congressman Tom McClintock from California, member of the House Judiciary Committee. We should note we reached out to all the Democrats on the committee. None was able to come on today, but Congressman, we're glad you're with us. Thanks for joining us.
Good to be with you. Thank you.
Okay, so it's our understanding, at least, that there won't be any more hearings with House Judiciary. House Intel says they're continuing to investigate. If they find something, they'll let folks know. This feels pretty fast track, though. What happens next?
Fast track. We were going to be doing a markup on the articles of impeachment tomorrow. We've not heard one fact witness. Without our committee hearing a single fact witness, Nancy Pelosi decreed the Red Queen's line, sentence first, verdict afterwards. She already ordered her foot soldiers on the Judiciary Committee to come up with articles of impeachment. So we start at 7 o'clock tomorrow because nothing says honest, good government like a midnight impeachment hearing.
Okay, so you know what the Democrats will say. The House Intel Chair, Adam Schiff, will say, listen, we heard plenty of fact witnesses. We prepared this report for you. We sent it over. He says it's clear and convincing evidence. He also added this today. He says, despite everything that we've uncovered, the president's misconduct continues to this day unapologetically. And that's what Democrats are saying is behind the urgency, that they can't allow this president to disrupt or invite foreign interference in the 2020 election. Your response?
Well, first of all, Schiff vetoed the defense witnesses that the Republicans requested. This is a free society. The prosecution is not allowed to select what witnesses the defense can call. And among all of their hand-picked witnesses, not a single one could provide any direct testimony that the president ordered a quid pro quo. 2 witnesses provided direct testimony that the president specifically ordered that there be no quid pro quo. That's the flimsy case upon which they are basing their move to nullify the 2016 election.
Do you think that the average person at home, I don't know what you may have heard from your constituents over the Thanksgiving break, do you think they're following the ins and outs of this, or what the message they get are the top lines that a lot of the mainstream media puts out there that, echoes what the Democrats are saying? That, listen, we've made the case. It's clear he was trying to force a foreign government. Listen, a new leader who was vulnerable. He needed the U.S. support, but he knew that there were going to be strings attached. One writer even saying, who is not known to be a liberal, what's the Senate even going to do? This is going to be so boring and short because it's such a clear-cut case.
Well, it's a silly case. The president is given the full authority to conduct our foreign relations. The Constitution commands him to take care that the laws be faithfully executed. The National Defense Authorization Act, which provided Ukrainian aid in the first place, specifically requires the administration to determine that the Ukrainian government is taking steps to combat corruption, requesting that government to cooperate in resolving issues that point to corrupt activities between American and Ukrainian officials is not only within the president's scope of authority, he is commanded to do that by the laws. That's what he was doing. And don't forget, just last year, 3 Democratic senators wrote to the Ukrainian government asking that they cooperate with the Mueller investigation. The only difference is the president actually has the authority and the responsibility to ask them to cooperate with follow-up investigations.
Yeah, remember the letter. I think it might have been Menendez, Durbin, and maybe Leahy. We'll double check that, let folks know. But I remember the letter that you're talking about. So now moving forward, do you think that there are any Democrats in the House who will vote against impeachment? If this makes it to the Senate, do you think there are any Democratic senators who will vote to acquit the president?
Shannon, I can't read minds, but I can tell you this. There are a lot of Democrats who ran as problem-solving moderates in Trump districts and got elected on that promise. And I think people need to understand that they're not problem solvers. By supporting Pelosi, they are enabling the radical left of the Democratic Party to drive this entire travesty. Meanwhile, the nation's business has been placed on hold for a year. And the people that I talk to in my district are furious about that.
Okay, very quickly, can you guesstimate for us, educated guess, on when this may actually go to a floor vote?
I think they want to bring it to a floor vote as quickly as possible. And the reason is, every time it's hit the full light of day, they've lost support. They are losing massive support now, particularly in the swing states and among independent voters. They're not winning this case among the American people. They're losing it. And I think they're trying to rush it now as quickly as they can.
Yeah, we know tough states for them like Michigan, Wisconsin, I think Pennsylvania as well. The numbers are not moving in the direction they had hoped. We'll stand by for that vote. Congressman Tom McClintock of the House Judiciary Committee, thank you for joining us today. Good to see you.
Thank you, Shannon.